say you like the wind blowing through your hair. Well, come on, roll with me till the sun goes down. Texas sun. Say you wanna hit the highway while the engine roars. Well, come on, roll with me till the sun goes down. The Texas sun, oh yeah.
This is keeping me sane right now. This is my nightly Ninja Creamy. In here I have 1 scoop of MRE chocolate mousse, 1 serving of the PB2 powder, some cocoa powder, and some cashew milk and salt. That's the base. And then I added in a few of my homemade protein brownies, which I will show you guys the recipe for. And then I drizzled it with 10 grams of this Kraft natural peanut butter. And oh my God, it is like heaven right now. Like this is what I live for every night. Like, look at these boys. Every time I'm cooking, they're just waiting for like scraps. They're literally, because I usually give them like a little bit of ground beef, but they're just nicely waiting for food. But I was going to show you guys this. So back in 2021 prep, for nationals, like when I was 2 weeks out, I had to drop my calories down to like 800 to get in condition. And pretty much all I was eating was chicken, basa, and 1 egg with some veggies. And I like really overdid this spice, but I forgot how freaking good it is. It's literally like so freaking good. The only thing is it has wheat. It contains wheat, which is shitty, but you know what, I've been using it and I haven't noticed any issues. So I seasoned my chicken with, I sprayed the pan with olive oil spray. I used this, and I use garlic and salt. And I make my chicken like super crispy. I try to get it, see how it browns like that. I think it's definitely like a combination of the spices on it and my pan, but I try to make my chicken like almost crispy on the outside. So yeah, I will be incorporating this back into my plan. And like I said, I missed it. It tastes, like it honestly tastes good. Like look at this chunk of chicken. Like that looks so good. I never can get sick of chicken either. I know some people like overdo it with chicken, but I overdid it that prep with basa. I will never fucking eat basa again for a prep. I haven't had to eat like fish in a prep in a while. Who knows? I never say never. Maybe this year I will, but like I'm probably not. I'm probably just going to eat my chicken and beef. That's all I did in 2023, and I was still fine, but you never know. Okay, so I am just getting ready for work right now. I'm doing my makeup, and I thought I'd have a little chit chat here about prep. I was just talking to Dawn, my prep buddy, because she's doing Toronto too. We're just talking about like, you know, like when you change the plan and whatnot. And because I am self-coached, I do find that like right now it's a little bit harder to navigate like when to change things, because I don't want to change things like all at once and then be like, oh shit, my body's like, what the fuck. So because I did up my cardio, I feel like I have to be like a little bit more patient and just see how my body responds. But like in my mind, I'm like, oh, I'm like under 10 weeks out now. So I'm like, I need to like make sure I come in and like do everything I can now to be ready in time. But it's like, it is hard to kind of navigate a little bit. Like I said, I love like kind of being self-coached, because like right now I do my own macros, I do my own training plan, pretty much do everything, and it's nice. I don't have to really like, I don't have to check in at any time. I can check in like multiple times a week, kind of see different days I feel like bloated, you know, if like one day I'm feeling bloated, I'm like, it's okay, I'll check in tomorrow. So it's kind of nice in that sense of having my own like freedom to do all that. But then again, I said like the hard part is like not having a second set of eyes to be like, okay, you're on track. And I felt like a little behind, like especially after watching my last vlog, because I find it's more like on camera. It's like in person, I'm like, oh, okay, I look good. But then I like see myself on camera and like posing and stuff, and I'm like, frick, I look still fat. Like I do know my arms do hold a lot of weight. But that doesn't really come in until like 6 to 8 weeks out for me. But So yeah, there's just like a little things that I'm like, I kind of wish I had like a second opinion for someone to be like, yes, you are on the right track. Stay steady. Keep doing what you're doing. Don't change too much at once. Because yeah, you don't want to like freak your body out. But like I said, my new lowered macros with the increase of cardio from last week, it should be better. And like I said, yesterday I hit like 15,000 steps, no problem. That was Monday. Sunday I hit 15,000 steps. So I'm like, I feel like I am on a roll in that sense where I'm like, I am hitting like the targets I want to hit. So I just have to really be patient. And I do find like now I'm like, okay, my body is changing. Today at the gym, I could see my tie-ins. Like as soon as I like didn't even really have to bend over. Like it's not like I was bending over touching my toes. Like it was just literally like they were there. So I'm really like happy about that. And like that was my weakness in like my last couple competitive seasons that like I needed to really bring in my tie-ins a little bit more. So I'm hoping that this year is my year and those tie-ins are going to be hopefully my strength. I feel like I do have a nice shape. It's just like I have to be lean enough for those tie-ins to show. So bodybuilding is an extreme sport and you have to go to sometimes extreme measures to get lean. And it's nothing that I'm not, like I haven't done before, like in regards to like pushing my calories down. Like I said, they're not really low right now. Last week I averaged 1,500 calories, but this week I am, like I said, going to be a little bit more like on the nose with that kind of stuff because like I said, we're under, like it's going to be 9 weeks out this weekend and I need to make sure we're at least ready. Like, it's hard to say. Like I am the person who like waits till last minute, but I want to be ready enough to kind of do a mock peak because I don't know again like what I'm gonna look like. I know like for nationals I kind of, even though like in 2023 I had Chris, I kind of went against the grain and didn't really listen to what he was telling me to do, and I had a few people in my ear that prep, so it was like I was a little bit all over the place, but I kind of knew what worked for me, and it worked in a sense that I looked good for Nationals 2023, but I wasn't like my best. Like I definitely could have been probably like maybe 3 pounds tighter, but more on my backside. So that's pretty much where I need to like make sure that conditioning is in. My midsection comes in really good. My shoulders looked fine too, but I didn't get to pump up, so that kind of sucked for 2023. So I would love to be, well, I'm definitely going to be there ahead of time because we aren't staying at the host hotel this year, so like in Toronto, so I'll probably have to be backstage for a little bit longer than I'd like, but that will force me to just like relax, chill out, enjoy the time. Hopefully Dawn will be back there with me too. I know a couple other girls who will be competing, so it'll be nice to just like maybe hang out, chat with them, run through some posing like and whatnot, and then I can actually have time to pump up properly. So it'll be cool to see like an actual like look where I'm like properly pumped up, properly conditioned, and have given it a little bit all for my prep. So yeah, that's my rant for today about being self-coached and whatnot. And like you never know, maybe I'll change my mind and cave. Like that's what I did in 2021 is like I did it most of the way, and then I got Coach Braden for like the last 2 weeks before nationals, and that's when I was eating like 800 calories. So I just hope I'm not in that position where I'm like I have to like fucking grind for like 2 weeks before my show, because like 800 calories is not fun. I didn't have to last time. I think the lowest I got was like 1100. So my cat is like fucking screaming in the background. So yeah, but we will see. I will, like I said, stay steady. Sometimes it's just like being patient. So I'm going to be patient this week, see what I look like, see how I respond to that increase in cardio, and then we'll see if I have to make changes again next week, which will be 9 weeks out. So anyways, I will catch you in the next segment. I am like hyping myself up to go do cardio right now. I'm like, yeah, so today is like Wednesday morning. Usually Wednesdays were always my rest day, but because I added in the extra day of cardio, I have cardio to do today. I just kind of revamped my plan a little bit too, and I'm gonna throw in a shoulder day now. So I'll be doing like a little bit of shoulders Monday, Wednesday, Friday, just to kind of pump them up a little bit. Right now I'm not gonna be gaining any muscle really, so I'm like, I just kind of want to hit my shoulders a little bit more, just to like see if we can get them popping a little bit more definition, especially like more like rear delts. So like Mondays and Fridays I'll do specifically more like a lot heavier rear delt focused, where like Wednesday's just gonna be like a pump shoulder day. So today we're gonna do that. I was just like jamming out to some singing, getting myself all pumped up. All along it was a fever. Right now, so it's 7:11 here, and it's bright already. Cold sweat, hot-headed believer. When it's not like pitch black in the car, so all along it was a fever. Feel this cardio. Cold sweat, hot-headed believer. My hands in the air, said show me something, show me something, show me something. Hands in the air, said show me something, show me something, show me something. I threw my hands in the air, said show me something, show me something, show me something. Hands in the air, said show me something, show me something, show me something. Round and around and around and around we go. Oh, now tell me now, tell me now, tell me now, you know. Not really sure how to feel about it. Something in the way you move makes me feel like I can't live without you. It takes me all the way. I want you to stay. Want you to stay. So I am at Walmart. So I'm done my cardio already. That was pretty easy today. I've just been like doing some editing like while I was on cardio. So I'm trying to like keep my videos all organized and like put them together as I go along, and then like cut them and edit them, which I need to. So yeah, I'm gonna go to Walmart because today I'm gonna film for you guys. I'm gonna film these like these really easy protein banana bars that I make for TJ that are really good. They're prep friendly. Like honestly, I could eat them, but I just would sometimes rather eat my calories in other places. But this is the one that I added to my creamy that one night that made it like a brownie creamy. So I'm gonna show you guys how to make it. I just gotta pick up a few things, but I'm like not going into work till later today because I have an ultrasound at the hospital on my neck. I can't even see my scar anymore. Honestly, it like looks so good. So it's crazy because around this time, March 3 years ago, is when I was diagnosed with cancer. So I go for ultrasounds every 6 months, and I go for CTs every year. I already did my CT. Actually, when was that CT? I feel like that was last year already. Time has like flown by so fast, and even Cassie, like my manager who books my time off, she's like, "Are you going for another ultrasound?" I'm like, "Cassie, it's been 6 months already. Like, it's already 6 months since my last one." So it's crazy how time is flying. So if you ever have any lumps and bumps and whatnot, make sure you go get them checked out, because if I didn't go for that ultrasound 3 years ago, I would have never known I had cancer, and who knows, could have been spread into like more lymph nodes. It could have spread to like everywhere else. So I'm like so thankful to be alive today, and you know, the only inconvenience is I have to take pills for my thyroid. That's the only thing. So yeah, Anyways, back to Walmart. I'm gonna go in and grab a few things, and then I will maybe take you along. We'll see. It looks kind of quiet in here. This Walmart is honestly the shittiest Walmart ever, because I live in buttfuck nowhere. Like, it's like, this Walmart is awful. So maybe I'll just bring the camera along just to show, be like, look how awfully arranged this is. It's like shit layered everywhere, like piled in the middle of aisles. If you have a cart, you have to like stop sometimes and let people through. So anyways, I'm gonna go in. Okay, so if you guys saw my previous clip, I was rubbing this on, and then one of the ladies from the gym walked in, so I like felt weird. I didn't want her to be like in the background of the video when I was talking to her anyway. So what I implemented last week was my like sweatband and Sweet Sweat. And if you don't know what Sweet Sweat is, it's just like a sweat enhancer. You know, some people might say it's a placebo, but I find it like works really good, and I feel like it takes like a little bit of water out of my stomach. So I've like noticed like a big difference this last, like I feel like my stomach looks and my abs look way, like they're starting to come in now, where I'm like, okay, that looks better. So usually I'll rub this everywhere and on my sides and my back, and it's nice because this one you don't have to touch it, where like the Drip Fit you have to like touch it. This one you can literally rub it on. Then I just take my saran wrap, and then I literally saran wrap all around. And then after I'm saran wrapped, I usually keep my underwear like under the saran wrap too. And then literally I'll just take this shapewear. It's like a sweatband shapewear. You can just order a cheap one on Amazon too. And then I will put it in and strap it in, and then I'll go do my cardio. So that's been like my routine for cardio. And then I also brought, like, I've used a waist trainer since 2020 now, but like I go through phases where I'm really good with it and not, and then really good. So this one is the Yana from Amazon. It's not like an expensive one. It's not like a Slim Tum or one of those ones. It's literally just Amazon. And it's nice because this one is a short torso one. And this is a size small, but I'm gonna have to order a new, like probably an extra small, because I am on the smaller setting on this one. So yeah, I find this one is nice, and I can wear, like I would usually wear it during work. So I'll do my sweatband while I'm doing cardio, and then because I work usually like an 8-hour shift, I'll usually wear my waist trainer for a minimum of like 5 hours and like maximum of 8 hours. So I have noticed like a big difference in the last week, I'd say, of my midsection just looking better. Like I feel like my lines and my abs and everything are coming in a bit nicer. So yeah, that's just, like I said, these are all like things that like some people might say they don't work. Like a lot of people are like, oh, waist training doesn't work. Personally, I find it works for me. You know, just like some people like don't do artificial sweeteners all prep, or don't do dairy, or don't do protein powder. It's just like whatever works for you. And for me, I feel like this method works. So I'm just going to stick with what works. And I waist trained all last prep too. I didn't do the Sweet Sweat last prep, but we're just gonna see if this makes it any difference. I did use the Sweet Sweat in 2021, and I felt like I really liked the way my midsection looked in 2021, although I had totally different proportions because I was in bikini. But still, I was like, I loved my abs that year. So I'm like, you know what, I'm just gonna like do what I can. Like these are all like, this is like the cherry on top of the cupcake, where like your diet and your training is like your cupcake base, and icing is like everything else, like your NEAT and your cardio and your PEDs are like the icing, and then you have the cherry on top, which are just these little minuscule things you can do. And like for me, I'm like, I will be able to do, like these are the little things that I'm like, okay, it's like the cherry on top, where it like might make a difference to some people and might not, but I'm just gonna do what I can and whatnot. So I will link the waist trainer, and I'll link the Sweet Sweat. I think the Sweet Sweat comes in different scents. So, and it was on sale for like the Amazon spring deals, so you might be able to still get it on sale. Okay, so we're gonna be baking the protein brownies that I told you about. These are all the ingredients you're gonna need. So you're gonna need 1 egg, cocoa powder, baking powder, instant coffee, natural peanut butter, protein powder, a little bit of honey, kosher. You don't need kosher salt. I just have kosher salt because it's coarse, and then 2 bananas. So first we're gonna mash the 2 bananas in here with a bit of honey and the peanut butter. And yeah, that's what I'm gonna start off with, and I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, and I lied. I put the egg in there too. So I'm not a big measurer. I'm like an eyeballer. So I'm just going to like sprinkle some salt in there. Same with the honey. We're literally, because I don't like the bananas are already sweet. So I just want to like a little bit extra sweetness. So I usually put about that much. So probably about a tablespoon of honey in there. And then I'm going to measure my cocoa powder because I kind of just, again, eyeball it. But I'm guessing it's about 60 grams. Maybe not, actually. It's taking a lot to... I like it really cocoa-y. So that's 30 grams. So that's only like, what is it? Oh, it's 5 grams a serving. So yeah. Okay, yeah. That's probably about good. So 30 grams of cocoa powder. Okay, so I'm literally just like taking my fork and mashing this all together. So I'm just like smushing it all. And I kind of want a little bit of chunky bananas, but not like super smooth. Okay, this already smells so good. Like it already smells like brownie batter. So I put the egg in earlier, but I didn't put the peanut butter in. So the peanut butter, we're going to put in 45 grams. So like 3 servings. Oops. Oh yeah, and I set my oven to 350. This is 30. Yeah, well, I'm going to keep it at this. So we'll say 35 grams. We're going to put 35 grams because you just need a little bit of the fat to like, for the consistency. I feel like it's like a nicer consistency because I did use powdered peanut butter in this recipe and I didn't like that. It wasn't cakey enough for me. So I was like, yeah, no, we're going to use this one. And then we're going to add 1 scoop. Ow, I just slammed my head. We're going to use 1 scoop MRE. You could do 2, but again, I like it more cakey. Okay, and that's what it looks like all mixed up. I should take this out. Okay, I was going to use my instant coffee, but I have a little bit of coffee left. I'm just going to pour like the tiniest amount of coffee in there because I find it just gives it like a nicer flavor. And then we're going to go in with our baking powder. I usually do about that. That's probably about just under a tablespoon. Again, I just eyeball everything. Yeah, this is just gonna wing it. Okay, so it does seem a little bit runnier than usual, so I'm gonna add 1 more scoop of MRE, and then I'm gonna transfer it into this pan. This one makes it more of like a loaf. I have a flatter one that makes it more of like a square, but this turns it more into a loaf. So we're gonna make it like a loaf, and then I'm gonna put some crushed up Oreos on top because TJ's gonna eat this, not me. Make sure you spray your whatever you're baking it in. I usually use coconut oil, but today we just have this one. And then we're gonna transfer this into here. Okay, we're gonna pop in the oven. Okay, so I just took it out of the oven. This is kind of what it looks like when it's done. It gets a little bit of cracks in it. I think I just overcooked it the slightest bit because usually I like it kind of mushy inside. But this was 35 minutes I cooked it for. So I would say cook it for around 30, depending on what size you have it in. Like this was a loaf. When it's in the shorter, like square pan, I cook it for less time too. But this was, yeah, like this I feel like is a little bit overcooked, but it still smells so good. It literally smells like a chocolate cake. Okay, the finished result, I just transferred it. So obviously this isn't for me. So I'm like, I'm going to decorate it all nice for TJ because he has the macros and the calories for it. So I made like a really good icing actually. What I used was the cocoa powder, PB2, probably about equal amounts, like two tablespoons maybe of each. And then I put a tad bit of icing sugar in there. And then I just mixed in a little bit of the remainder of the coffee. And I put, he can't have real butter, so he is like vegan butter. So I put like a tablespoon of vegan butter in there, and that's his icing. I tried it, and it was actually really, really good. And then I just smashed some Oreo thins on top. So that is it. If you don't ice it, I will, the macros are totally different. I will post them up here. And yeah, so like I said, if you don't ice it and don't add all the whole whistles and bells, it's way less calories. But like I said, he has the macros for it, so I'm like, I'm gonna make it nice for him, and he loves Oreos, so I'll have that later for him. Like I said, I'm not gonna be having any just because I would rather save my calories for real food. But yeah, let me know if you guys make this and how you like this. You know, the prep is prepping when your like jawline starts to come out. So I'm like, okay, we getting snatched. I can always tell I'm getting leaner, yeah, when my face, like, because I have a pretty round face in the off season, and I have like chubby cheeks. Like, I've never had anything done, like, besides my lips done. I've never had like filler done to my face or anything. So I'm like, well, I guess besides the lips. But yeah, and then I was gonna update you because remember I went for my Botox. So I was like, I forgot that I never ever did like an update, and I totally feel like it has really helped with my masseters. I don't clench at all anymore, and I find, so I did have kind of a side effect. So if you ever like Google the side effects of masseter Botox, you like get this wonky jaw when you chew. You can't really tell, but like it's like your jaw, I call it the saw jaw. I was like laughing around with the girls at work being like, yeah, I look like Jigsaw when I chew. And it just because I didn't have enough in it. So like my injector is awesome. She's like, she's the best. So she's like, no, come back. We're going to put more in there. So I think total she did 40 units and 20 in each side. So that's how much it took to get that relaxed. And I would love to keep up with it because it feels way less tension. And when I sleep, I feel like I don't tense up my jaw or anything. So I would love to keep that up. I don't think I'm going to do like, listen, I haven't had my lips done since 2023. I don't think I'm going to do them before the show. I know a lot of girls get work done before the show, but like, I just don't love the look of massive lips. And I find when I wear lipstick, I overline my lips. So I know for the show, I'll have like lip liner on and it'll be overlined. So they'll look bigger. So I don't think I'm going to get my lips done. But we'll see. And I also haven't got my Botox in my crow's feet for a while, like since same thing 2023. So I don't know. I'm kind of like whatever. We'll see how my face looks when I'm like. I feel like it always looks like death, like peak week or like 2 weeks out. You get like the lines and like that's when you know the prep is prepping when your face looks like just. Ugh. Anyways, I thought I would update you guys on that, and I might actually close out the vlog here because I'm already at like half an hour with this one. So hope you guys enjoyed a longer one, and leave some comments about what you want to see next. Like, comment, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Bye.